Zoolander 2. I'm Matthew Movies, and I'm here to talk about Zoolander 2. I just finished watching it recently, and I was not a fan in the slightest. I just don't get it. I don't find it. I didn't think it was funny. Maybe you did. Maybe you thought it was uproarious, but I'm not. I'm not with you. Now, I will say this as a little caveat. When I saw the first Zoolander, I saw it in the theaters, and I thought it was not funny at all. And then I saw it later at home and several times, and now I own the movie, and I think it's pretty funny. I think it's classic. But I really don't feel like that would happen here, because I really feel like the comedy sequels, I feel like there's so many that suck, and there's very few that are good. And I feel like the ones that work, the comedy sequels, are ones that are kind of more based in, like, grounded in reality. I feel like very few comedies that are out there or have characters that are kind of goofy or whatever, that when they make a sequel of those, I think by far the majority of those end up sucking. Because for me, like, when I'm watching it, I feel like I can see the actors trying their hardest to be as goofy as they were the first time, and it just doesn't feel as sincere. It feels like that, like it feels like I'm watching actors. It doesn't feel like I'm watching an over-the-top crazy character. It feels like I'm watching an actor trying his hardest to be like that, and it never works for me. I mean, like, Zoolander 2 I did not like, Anchorman 2 did not like, Dumb and Dumber 2 did not like there's so many that suck when their characters are like not based in reality. I mean, the only exception that I'm coming up with off the top of my head of a movie that had kind of goofy characters that had sequels that it's comedy that I love is the Naked Gun series. I think all three of those are absolutely hilarious. And if you're watching this video and you can think of any other that fall into that, please comment below and I'll tell you if I agree or I disagree. But for me, I really feel like when you make a comedy of those, it's almost always a recipe for disaster. And Zoolander 2 definitely falls into that category. Like, the entire time, it really felt like I was watching actors, and it just sucked. I didn't like. There was one time in the entire movie that I actually laughed, and I won't reveal what it is, but it involves somebody having a knife thrown. But other than that, like, that was it. That was the only time I laughed in the entire movie. Most of the time, I was just kind of rolling my eyes. Like, if you've seen the trailers, you've seen Kristen Wiig plays this super over-the-top fashion lady that her face is like, and like she's got like she's terrible. Like, him being dumb is good in parts, and then in other parts it just doesn't make any sense. Like, it's just not well done. The character development is crap. They introduce his son, and it just adds a bunch of like negativity to the movie. It's just, there was like, and then like in the first one there's tons of cameos, right? And this one has tons of cameos, but in the first one they were funny cameos, and this one, like, it's like, oh, like, Katy Perry shows up and she cannot act to save her life. She could not act her way out of a wet paper bag. Like, she's terrible, and she should be terrible. She's an actress, right? She's not an actress, right? She's a singer. But if she's terrible, then either A, you put her in a role that is okay with having a terrible actress, or B, you don't put her in the freaking movie. Like, I could not stand this movie. I found it to be pretty awful throughout. Like, there was the biggest thing that bothered me too was, like, it was so obvious that they were like, oh, that scene worked in the first one, let's do that again. Oh, that worked, oh, let's do that again. And like, there was literally in the entire, like, I can, off the top of my head, I could think of maybe 2 or 3 scenes that weren't echoes of the first movie, and that could work. You can do that in a movie. Like, a lot of people talk about how The Force Awakens was a lot like New Hope, and I agree with them, but it was awesome, right? This time it was just like, oh, pale scene in comparison to the first one. Like, one of the funniest scenes in the first one, if you've seen it, is when they have like the chai moco lattes or whatever they're called, and they're driving down the street and they're singing their song. Like, that whole thing was great. In this one, they do a version of it, and it's just not funny, and it's stupid, and it's awful. So if you saw this movie and you enjoyed it, please let me know what you think. And yeah, I just don't get how you could, but please just let me know. Not a fan at all. Have I made it clear how I feel about this movie? Because I don't feel like I have. I'm a big fan. Oh wait, no, definitely not. Anyhow, please, if you're new to the channel, subscribe below. If you're old to the channel, high five. And please stick around and let me know what you think about my reviews. So, other than that, do me a favor. Have a nice day.